Fireside Chats with Mr. Mark.
My fellow investors, I would like to talk tonight about the difference between a trader and an investor and how these two might trade a stock like MYEC. The goal of the two are the same, but the route one takes is different. The goal is to make as much money as possible and get a strong return on your investment. If you are a trader, you take a more risky approach by looking for quick profits, flipping your stock after an increase, and then buying back at lower levels. An investor takes a more conservative approach by performing extensive research, learning a company inside and out, and investing for the long run. An investor also works to retain their shares and adds when he or she can. Now, let's take those two styles and apply it to a stock like MYEC. MYEC is the pioneer of the fully electronic check, the leader in electronic check technology, and the holder of the patent for the fully electronic check processed in real time. If you do your research on the company, you will know that MYEC was once a NASDAQ powerhouse that was affected by the financial collapse in 2009, as was many other financial-based companies. Also in your research, you would see that since the financial debacle, MYEC has been rebuilding the company and now on the verge of the success that made it a NASDAQ powerhouse in the first place. This past Friday, the company released their third quarter financials for the 2014 year, and as expected, they were down from the first and second quarters of the year. MYEC has been hiring staff and signing clients, and integrating both of those things takes money and time. So now here you are. Thank you, Alexis. You own shares of the company, and then you get a financial report that's not to your liking. If you are a trader, then your response is most likely a negative one. You dump your shares as soon as possible, run into the woods crying like a little bitch, and then prepare to live off the land like a recluse. Because, obviously, it's the end of the world. If you're an investor, you try to look at it from a more positive view. During your research, you knew that growing the company properly would take more time, and therefore you hold on to your shares and buy more during the dip because you know it's ultimately heading in the right direction. And if the company does succeed, then your positive choice will have been a successful choice. So, in closing, any type of stock ownership can be a risky one, but with the proper planning, research, and a set of brass balls, you too can be successful. So it's time to ask yourself, are you in or are you out? And with all that being said, I have one final question to ask you. What's in your portfolio? Cheers.